It's the year 1300. You're not a knight. You're not a king. You're a peasant. And peasants make up 90% of everyone alive right now. This isn't a fairy tale. This is real. So let's live through one full day and see if you make it to nightfall. There's no alarm clock. The sun is your alarm. It's maybe 5 a.m. Your whole family, 6, 7, sometimes 10 people, sleeps in one room. One bed if you're lucky. Most of you sleep on the floor. You step outside. No shoes. You can't afford them. The mud is freezing and it squishes between your toes. Breakfast? Barely. A piece of hard bread. Maybe some watered-down beer because the water near your village will make you sick. That's it. No coffee, no eggs, just bread and thirst. And already, your back hurts. Because today, you work. Every single day, you work. You walk to the fields, not drive. Walk. Sometimes for an hour. Your job? Farming someone else's land. Because you don't own this land. A lord does. He owns the field, the forest, even the river. You just work it, and he takes most of what you grow. You'll spend the next 10, sometimes 14 hours bent over, pulling weeds, cutting wheat by hand, hauling water, feeding animals. No breaks, no lunch hour. Maybe a few bites of bread at noon if you're lucky. Your hands are cracked. Your back is destroyed by age 30, and you're not alone. Your kids are working too. Yes, your kids, age 7 or 8, already in the fields. There's no such thing as childhood here. There's only survival. Now imagine this. It hasn't rained in 3 weeks. Your crops are dying. And if your crops die, you die. There's no supermarket, no delivery truck. If the harvest fails, your whole village starves. Together. And even if the harvest is good, the Lord still takes his share first. Sometimes half of everything you grow. You're left with barely enough to survive winter. Sickness is everywhere too. A small cut can kill you. There's no medicine, just herbs, prayers, and hope. If you break a leg, that might be a death sentence. There's no hospital, no doctor for miles. Just you, your pain, and time. Here's what nobody tells you about medieval life. Wolves are real predators near villages. Losing livestock, or worse, to wild animals happens. Bandits roam the roads, traveling to the next town. Risky. You could be robbed or killed. And disease. The Black Death hasn't even hit yet in our story, but smaller plagues and infections wipe out entire families constantly. Nearly half of all children don't live past age 5. Half. Think about that. If you had 5 kids, 2 or 3 might not survive childhood. This isn't a rare tragedy. This is normal life. Everyone you know has lost a child, a parent, a sibling. But life isn't only suffering. There's community. Everyone in your village knows each other. You gather at the well, share stories, help each other during harvest. The church is the center of everything, not just religion, but news, gossip, and rare celebration. Feast days are the best days of the year. Real meat, music, dancing. For one day, you forget the mud and the pain. But rules are strict. You can't leave the Lord's land without permission. You can't marry without approval. Your entire life, where you live, what you do, who you marry, is decided by people above you. You have almost no freedom. You are, in many ways, owned by the land you work. By the time the sun sets, you've worked 12+ hours. Your body aches everywhere. You walk home in the dark because there's no street light, just moonlight if you're lucky. Dinner is simple. Porridge, maybe some vegetables, more bread. You eat by candlelight because candles are expensive, so you don't waste them. Then you sleep, on the floor, in the cold, because tomorrow, you do it all again, for the rest of your life. Here's the part that shocks most people. Peasants weren't weak. Historians now believe medieval peasants were often stronger and more physically capable than most people today. Their bones show incredible muscle density. Why? Because their entire life was manual labor. No machines, no shortcuts. But here's the darker twist. The average peasant only lived to about 30 to 40 years old. Not because they were fragile, but because one infection, one bad harvest, one hard winter could kill even the strongest person alive. Strength didn't save you. Luck did. So next time you complain about a rough Monday, remember this. A medieval peasant would wake up in the cold, work 14 hours in the mud, eat almost nothing, and go to sleep not knowing if the harvest, or their own body, would survive the winter. We complain about traffic. They worried about starvation. We think we have it hard. They had it impossible. And somehow, they survived. Would you? If you learned something today, subscribe to Past Sticks, because next time we're stepping into ancient Rome as a slave. You won't believe what happens.